Hi everyone. I think yesterday we had discussed about some circular queues and D queues and all the operations on the queues. Now we are moving into the linked list concept. Linked list. Linked list. I already discussed about something about linked list. What is that? It is a combination of nodes. It is a combination of node here. Node contains two parts. First one is value and the second part is address, and we are going to link to this node to another address, right? For example, some other node is there and we have to link these two nodes. We are going to link these two nodes like this. That means this is the new node. This is the new node. This is the address of this node is 200. I am going to place this 200, that address here. In this way we are going to maintain a link here. This is a non-consecutive linear data structure. Array is also a linear data structure, but the memories are consecutive memory located. But in linked list, this is non-consecutive memory locations. That means this is 100 and this is 200 and the second one is, for example, 200 or 300, like that. There are four different types of linked lists. First one is single linked list and circular linked list, double linked list, circular double linked list. Okay. Now, going to place. For example, this is 10. Here it is going to be placed 20, and the address of here is 300, and the value here is 30. Like this. And we have to maintain one more pointer, that is called as head. That is going to be located. That is going to be containing the address of the first node. This is the address of the first node. I am going to start the execution and I am going to search. I am going to traverse the linked list. I am going to start at this node, that is called head node. Okay. Here it is going to be maintain the next node's address, and for example this is the last node's address and last node, and we have to maintain it as a null or empty, anything else, null. That means null represents, that is the last element of the list, and the first value's address, the first node's address is going to be placed in the head variable. Okay. And every node address is going to be placed in the address part here. The node has the two parts. First one is value and the second one is the address of the next node. Not only address. You have to write address of the next node. I am going to write the structure here. Stru struct node int value and that node star next. This is the structure of the linked list node. For every node there are two parts, right? That's why I'm writing here two parts. First one is integer value and the second one is the next address value. That's why I'm writing here star next. Okay. Now there are three operations. For example, I'm going to insert a value here. I'm going to insert a value here. Okay, insert a value. Insertion is going to be done at three different types. First one is insert at beginning, insert at beginning, insert at end of the list, insert at any position. Okay, insert at beginning, insert at end, insert at any position. These are the three different types of insertions in the linked list. For example, now I'm going to search an element in the list. What I have to do? There is only one variable that is going to be located in the linked list, that is head. Head is located to the first node only. There is no variable that is going to be assigned to the remaining values. Okay, head part is going to be located in the first part. First, for example, I am going to search an element in the list. For example, 40 I am going to search. The element is not in the list. I want to search first position first of all, and I am going to the second. Using this address value, I am going to the second position. This is also not there, and I am going to use this address value. I am going to the second position, third position, and if it is null, I am going to stop it. I am going to traverse all the values if the element is not found. For example, if the element is the last element, then also I am going to search all the elements, right? Then I am going to search all the elements in the list. That means the time complexity of searching of an element is order of n. The worst case. Okay, worst case time complexity is order of n. N is the size of the linked list. How many elements in the list? Okay, if the element is not in the list, we have to trace all the values. Okay, like array, we didn't go to the in middle. I cannot directly access in the middle value of the list. Why? Because these are not consecutive elements, right? These are not consecutive elements. First of all, I am going for the first node. Then only I will go the address of the next node. Then it will tell me the address of the next node. Like that. That's why I am going to traverse all the elements in the list. Okay, that is linear search. We can apply only linear search here. We cannot apply binary search on the linked list. Why? Because we cannot find the middle element directly in the linked list. That's why we cannot apply binary search in the linked list. Okay, now what is my first operation is insert at beginning. I apply all the insert and deletion operations on the single linked list. You have to apply I give some brief introduction about remaining linked lists, and you have to apply all the operations on that. Now is the order of n. Now I am going to insert a new value. This is the new node. For example, this is the new node, and the value is, for example, is 40, and the address is null. Okay, when you are creating a new node, every time we are going to create some value, and the next address value going to be null, like this. This is going to be represented with new node. Okay, what is my operation? Insert at beginning. Okay, that means I am going to place at this position. I am going to cut it. I am going to place this value before the position. That means head is going to be represent this value. For example, this address is 400. The new node address is 400, and the first value's address is 100. And now what I have to do? Just write. I am writing some lines here. New node in direction next. What it is representing? This value. new node in direction next means this is new node in direction value is 40. New node in direction is this one. I am going to place here new node in direction next is equal to head. What is head value? Head value is 100. I am going to place, if this line is executed, if this line is executed, if this line is executed, 100 is going to be placed here. 100 is going to be placed here. New node in direction next is equal to head. 40 and 100. That means there is a link between these two. Okay. There is a link between these two. Now I am going to change the head value, right? I am going to change the head value. Now head becomes a new node. Then what is head value now? The head value is override as with 100 to 400. With 100 to 400. Yes, that's it. Nothing else. Only two lines. We are creating a node. First step is create a node. Then as nn. Okay, create a node as nn. New node in direction next is equal to head. That means I am going to place a link like this, and the next one is head is equal to new node. That means in the variable of head I am going to place this address. What is the new node's address? That is 400. I am going to place like this. Yes, this is the pseudocode, some pseudocode for that insertion at beginning here. Note down the three lines only. Create a new node as nn in direction next is equal to head is equal to new node. That's it. And the next one, insert at end. For example, insert at end. Just note down these three lines. For example, this is the value here. This is the value. Now I am going to add, I am going to insert this new node into the end of the list. What we have to do? Is there any variable is reference to the last node? No, not at all. We have to start. We have to take, for example, we have to take one variable at a head node. That means the starting node. I am going to take one variable that is called, for example, temp. Now I am going to trace all the values and I am going to reach to the last value of the index, last value of the list. That means how it is going to be traced. For example, while temp in direction next not equal to null, what I am going to do? I am going to temp is equal to temp in direction next. That means first of all, temp in direction next. I am going to check here. It is temp in direction next means 200 not equal to null, right? Yes, it is true. Then it is this line is going to be executed. That is the temp is equal to temp in direction next. What is the temp in direction next? 200. That means temp is moved to this location. Then again it is going to be check temp in direction next not equal to null. That means what is temp in direction next now? It is going to be 300 not equal to null. Yes, this is also true. Then temp is equal to temp in direction next. Temp is moved to the next location. Now it is going to be check is temp in direction next not equal to null not equal to null, that is false, coming outside. Okay, this is the loop we are using. That the temp is going to be located in the last value of the last node of the list. Last node of the list. Now, where is the temp? Temp is located at the last location. Temp is located at the last location. Okay. Now I am going to create. Now I am creating a new node. After temp is reaching the last value, now I am creating a new node. Now I am creating a new node here. Create a new node. Create a new node. Then I am writing here. New node indirection next is equal to, that means new node indirection next means this one is equal to temp. After this line execution, there is a link between these two. Sorry. Temp indirection next, temp indirection next is equal to, temp indirection next is equal to new node. That means we are going to create a link to this one. Okay, that's it, nothing else. We are, when we are creating a new node, the node is going to be placed with null, right? That's why it is going to be null here. Then after this line execution, what will happen? The null is going to be replaced, erased here. And what is the address of the new node? For example, the address of the new node is 400. What it is writing here? Temp indirection next is equal to new node. What is temp indirection next position means? This one. Here I am placing a 400. Now this is not the last element. This is the last element. Why? Because it is going to be with null here. This is the last node of the list. Okay, this is the last node of the list. I'm going to write here. It is insert at beginning. Insert at beginning. First of all, create a node as nn. This is the first step, and the second step is new node indirection next is equal to head. The third step is head is equal to new node. That's it. These are the three steps. Insert at end. Insert at end. What is the first step? We have to maintain. We have to go to the last element. We have to write some while temp to last node. Temp to last node. Temp to last node. This is the first step, and the second step is create a node as nn, and the third step is temp indirection next is equal to new node. That's it. These are the three steps. For this what we have to do here, I am writing 1.1 while temp indirection next not equal to null equal to temp indirection next. That's it. These are the values. This is the pseudocode for the insert at the beginning and insert at end. To trace all the values, we have to write. For the display also, we have to write this line only. Okay, just note it down, everyone. Insert at beginning and insert at end. Using this code, we are going to write the display function also. Display. What do we have to do? We have to maintain temp at head, and I am going to trace all the values. Here I am going to print temp indirection value, and I am going to moving into the next one. Okay, this is the display. The next one, that is going to be insert at insert at any position. Insert at any position, what we have to do. Okay. Now the position is 2. That means I am going to place at third position. For example, position is equal to 3. That means I am going to place here. I am going to place the new value in this position 1, 2 and 3. Then third position I am going to place it. First of all, I am going to take a position temp here, a variable temp at the head position, and I am going to trace up to position -1. Position -1 means I am going to place a temp at the last position. Okay, I am going to place temp in the last bottom position. Where I want a third position, but I place a temp at the second position. Okay, using some while loop, I will write that loop. Okay, for example, the temp is at the second position. After writing the loop, the temp is at the second position. Then what I have to do? Create a node. Creating a node is okay. Then what we have to do? We have to change 2 positions now. For beginning and there are 2 operations only here. Node indirection next is equal to head. Only one operation here also. No, temp indirection next is equal to new node. Only 2 operations. But here I am going to change 2 values, 2 links here. I am going to maintain 2 links. That means this 300 is going to be maintained here, and this 400, this address is also going to be placed in here also. We have to overwrite here. That means we have to maintain 2 links. We have to maintain these 2 links. This link and this link. There are now what we have to do. First of all, temp is placed there and a new node is here. New node indirection next is equal to, that means new node indirection next. In this position, I am going to place this address. Okay, in this position, I am going to place this address. Where is this address? This address is here, right? 300. That means temp indirection next. Temp indirection next. New node indirection next is equal to temp indirection next. That means after this line, the link is going to be placed here, and instead of null, it is going to be placed the 300 here also. Okay, then what is my next step? I am going to place this address in this temp. Now temp indirection next is equal to new node. That's it. What is new node's address? New node's address is 40. I am going to place a link like this. After this second line, it will be executed like this, and the old address, this link is going to be erased, and this link is also going to be cut here, and it is going to be 400. That's it. Now the new node is going to be placed in the third position like this. Okay, using, we have to do 2 operations, 2 links here. Okay, I am writing the pseudo code at any position. Insert at any position. The first step, we have to maintain a temp at position -1, and the next step is new node indirection next is equal to temp indirection next, and the third step is temp indirection next is equal to new node. This is only the 3 steps. Now I am going to write 1.1, how to place a temp at a desired position -1. For example, position is equal to 3. For example, I am going to take here some I value is equal to 1. Okay, I value is equal to 1. I am going to write I is less than position. I is less than position. I am going to write temp is equal to temp in direction next. That means and I'm going to write I plus plus. It is going to be moving. First of all, I is 1 and position is 3. 1 is less than 3. 1 is less than 3. Yes, it is true. Then temp is moving into temp is moved into this position. Temp is moved to the next position. That means I becomes then I becomes 2 here. Okay, I am going to write here position minus 1. Okay, then where it is located? It is located here only. Now it is going to be 2 is less than equal to 2 is less than 2. Is it true? No, it is false. It is coming out of the loop here. Now temp is maintained in the desired position. That means position minus 1 value. That's it, nothing else. Using this loop, it is going to be located position minus 1. Now I am going to do 2 operations like this. Okay, is it clear, everyone? Yes. Work remaining all the things, the operations of delete at beginning and delete at end, delete at any location. Just work all the things, and for the remaining linked list also. For example, circle linked list, double linked list, and circular double linked list. Here I am giving some overview about double linked list. Okay. Okay. In single linked list, we are moving only one direction. Just observe here. That means we are going to start at this position, head position, and I am going to moving into up to the null only, right? I am going to move only forward direction. I cannot move in the backward direction, right? And in double linked list, in the double linked list, the node is going to be changed here. The node is going to be changed here. The node has 3 parts. The node has 3 parts here. In the middle part, it is the value. Middle part, it is the value. What is the remaining 2? This is next node's address. Next node's address. This is previous node's address. This is previous node's address. Now, what is the structure type here? How I am going to write structure? Struct node that node star previous, that node star previous, and the next one is int value. The next one is struct node star next. The node type is going to be like this. There are 3 values. The first one is address of the previous node. The second one is integer value, that is the main location, and the next one is address of the next node. This is going to be the structure of a double linked list. Double linked list. Okay. Now, what happens here? I'm going to write a new one. For example, the node is going to be like this. The 3 parts, address, and like this, and this is the value. For example, this is 100. Here this is the value of 10, and the address is going to be 100 here. This is going to be 200, and this is going to be 300, like this. And we have to maintain a link here. We have to maintain a link. That means I am going to place this value is 20 and this value is 30, for example. Here I am placing a link to the first one and the second one. That means 200 is going to be placed here. That means here I am going to place the next node's address in the here. Now what I have to place here? Here I am going to place the previous node's address. What is the previous node's address? That is going to be 100 here. Okay. Here I am going to place. Here I am going to place the next node's address. That means I am going to put one link. Again one more link. That means the 30 is going to be maintained here, the previous node's address. And what about this one and this one? What about this one and this one? These two are, this is the first node and this is the last node, right? For the first node there is no previous node, that's why we are going to write null here. For the last node there is no last value, that's why we have to maintain null to the last value, it's the next address also. Okay, this is a doubled linked list. Okay, then we are going to convert this double linked list into circular double linked list. Circular double linked list, that is I am going to place here 100 and here 300. That's it. That means the next node of the last node is going to be the first node and the previous node of the first node is going to be the last node, but here head is going to be 100 only. Okay, this is the circular double linked list. Okay, yes, this is the intro about some circular linked list and circular double linked list and linked list. Okay, now moving into trees. Moving into trees here. First of all, some terminology. What is the node here? The node is going to be like this. These are binary trees, not a normal regular trees. This is going to be binary trees. In binary trees also the node is going to be 3 parts. The node is going to be in 3 parts. How it is? For example, strU city struct. How the node is? What is the first value? The first value is struct node star left. Struct node star left. The next one is integer value. Struct node star right. Very similar to the double linked list. Okay, it is going to be maintained 2 pointers here. How it is? For example, I am going to maintain one more node here. Yeah. Now I am going to maintain a link like this. Maintain a link like this. For example, this is going to be in 100. The value, the address of this node is 100 and this is 200. We are going to place this is 100 and this is going to be 200. In this way, we are going to align trees every time. Every node has 3 parts. First one is address of the left node, left subtree. For example, left subtree, and this is the second one is value, and the third one is the right node's address. Okay. In binary trees, every node has at most 2 children only. At most 2 children means every node has 0, either 1 or 2 children. Here, for example, this is one node here. The first one is the head node here. How many children are there? 2 nodes. For example, I am going to there is no node like this. For example, there is no node and it is going to be represented with null here. How many children now? The children is going to be only one children is there. Now also it is a binary tree. For example, there is no children. For example, this is also not there. How many children now? There is zero children. Now also it is called a binary tree. Okay. Now also it is called a binary tree. Yes. Now I am going to define, instead of big nodes, I am going to write some circles here. Yes. For example, this is the binary tree. Okay. This is level 0. This is level 1. This is level 2. For example, this is the binary tree. How many levels are there? 3 levels. First one is level 0. This is level 1 and this is level 2. For example, this is height. For example, this is height. This is height 1, height 2, height 3. What is the height of the tree? Height of the tree is 3 here. Height of the tree is 3 and the level is 2 here. Okay. And how many maximum nodes at each level? For example, this is the, I'm going to delete this height. How many maximum nodes at each level? Can anyone guess how many maximum nodes at each level? For example, at this level 1, how many maximum nodes we can write? We can write only 2 maximum nodes. Okay. For example, this node is not there. For example, this node is not there. In the level 2, how many maximum nodes? Here only 3, but we can write one more node also, right? One more node also. Now there is some formula is there. What is that? 2 power. What is the height here? For example, I am going to find here. What is the height here? For example, level 2 power level plus 1. 2 power level plus 1 minus 1. What is the level here? Level is 2. Level is 2. 2 power. This is not a level, okay? This is just a 2. What is the level value? Level value is 2. Level minus 1. Level here minus 1, I think. What is level? Level is 2. 2 power 2 4. Yeah. 0 1 2. It is 1 2 3. Maximum nodes is 2 power L. That's it. Nothing else. 2 power L. That's it. 2 power L. 2 power L. That's it. What is the 2 here? Just 2 is a constant and level is 2 here. 2 power 2. 2 power 2 is equal to 4 nodes. Maximum of 4 nodes. For example, at this position, 2 power 1. 2 power 1. That is going to be 2 nodes. Here 2 power 0. 2 power 0 means 1 node. For example, in the level 3, for example, 2 power 3 is going to be 8. That means maximum nodes is what is the maximum nodes? So 2 power L is the maximum nodes we can write at that level. Okay. Now total nodes. For example, total nodes in the tree. For example, this tree is at level 2. How many maximum nodes? How many maximum nodes I can write? For example, I am going to delete all these things. For example, how many nodes here? 1, 2, 3, 4 only. But I can write how many nodes here? How many nodes? Maximum nodes is this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Total 7 nodes I can write. That means 2 power level plus 1, 2 power level plus 1 minus 1. What is the level here? 2 plus 1 is going to be 2 power 3. 2 power 3 is equal to 2 power 3 is equal to 8. 8 minus 1. 8 minus 1 is going to be 7 nodes. Just calculate everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nodes. Total how many nodes are there? 7 nodes are there. This is the formula to calculate maximum nodes if the tree is at level 2. If the tree is at level 4, for example, level 4. For example, the tree is at level 4. How many maximum nodes in that tree? How many maximum nodes in the tree? We have to calculate 2 power L. L plus 1 means 2 power 5. What is 2 power 5 here? 2 power 5 means 32. 32 minus 1. That is going to be 31 nodes. Total 31 nodes is going to be a maximum nodes at if the tree level is 4. Okay. How many minimum nodes of the tree? How many minimum nodes? For the maximum nodes, this is the formula 2 power L plus 1 minus 1. If how many minimum nodes? How many minimum nodes? For example, if the level is 2, what is the minimum one? For example, I am going to delete this one. I am going to delete this one. I am going to delete this one. What is the level now? What is the level? This is 0, 1 and 2. How many nodes are there? 3 nodes are there. That means if the level is 2, the minimum nodes are level plus 1. Level plus 1. That is the minimum nodes. Level plus 1 is the minimum nodes. Maximum nodes are 2 power L plus 1 minus 1 and minimum nodes are L plus 1. Okay. There are 3 types of trees here. First one is full binary tree. Second one is a complete binary tree. And the third one is a perfect binary tree. Okay, first of all, we are going to discuss about strict binary tree. Strict binary tree. This is a strict binary tree or full binary tree. Now, what is the condition for this one? Each node has exactly 2 children or 0 children. For example, look at the first node here. Look at the first node. This node has 2 children. Yes. Look at the second node. This has 0 children. Okay, no problem. Look at the last one. This one has 2 children, and the last 2 one are 0 children. That means in this tree, every node has 2 children or 0 children. Then this tree is called strict binary tree or full binary tree. Okay. For example, I am going to maintain. I am going to write like this. This is not a full binary tree. Why? Because at here this node has 1 children. That's why it is not a full binary tree. Okay, this is a full binary tree. Every node contains either 0 nodes or 2 nodes. Okay, as children. This is a full binary tree. How many leaf nodes are there here? How many leaf nodes? For example, if you calculate leaf nodes are leaf node means if the node has 0 children, that is called a leaf node. If the node has 0 children, that is called leaf nodes. How many leaf nodes are there? 1, 2, and 3 leaf nodes are there. Here 3 leaf nodes are there. Every time check in the full binary tree, the remaining nodes, the internal nodes are exactly the count minus 1. That is going to be 2. These are the 2 internal nodes. Okay, if the child nodes are, if the child nodes are 3, the child nodes are n, the internal nodes are n minus 1 in the full binary tree. Okay. And the next one is complete binary tree. The next one is complete binary tree. This tree is not a complete binary tree. It is only a, this is only a full binary tree. Now I am going to write here. Okay, now I am going to convert this tree into some complete binary tree. Complete binary tree means every node has either every node has 2 or 1 or 0, no problem. The node has to be 0 children or 1 children or 2 children. That is not a problem here. That is not a problem here. We can maintain. I am going to convert this into this. Then this is going to be a complete binary tree. Why? Because we have to fill. We have to fill the children from the left hand side node. From the left hand side node, I am going to fill the children, then it is called a complete binary tree. In the previous example, just look at the nodes are filled to the right hand side node. That's why this is not called as a complete binary tree. For example, the node is like this. The node is like this. Now the node is like this. Now this is also not a complete binary tree. Why? Because we have to fill from the left hand side, but here it is the right hand side. If you are not filling the left hand side, if you put on the right hand side, that is not a complete binary tree. If you observe, this is not a strict binary tree also. Okay, for example, if I am moving this node to here, for example, this is the, I am writing like this. Now this is a complete binary tree. Why? Because I am filling from the left hand side. This is the complete binary tree, but not a full binary tree. Okay, this is a complete binary tree, but not a full binary tree. Now look at this. This is a complete binary tree and definitely full binary tree also. Okay. And the next one is perfect binary tree. Perfect binary tree. Now look at this one. This is a full binary tree and complete binary tree, but it is not a perfect binary tree. Now how to convert what is perfect binary tree? That means all the leaf nodes has to be maintained in the same level. Look at here. This is the leaf node. This is the leaf node, and this one is also leaf node. But these two leaf nodes are at 0, 1, 2 second level, and this leaf node is at level 1. That's why this is not a perfect binary tree. Now I am going to convert. Now I am writing like this. Look at this. This is now a perfect binary tree. Why? Because all the leaf nodes are maintained at the same level. That's why this is a perfect binary tree. If it is a perfect binary tree and complete binary tree and full binary tree also. Okay, that's it. That is the different types of binary trees. And now I'm going to write here some values. This is going to be A. and this is going to traversals. There are four different types of traversals here: in order, pre-order, and post-order, and a level order. First one is in order. In order means in order. In order means first of all we have to write the left hand side part values and root and the right hand side values. We have to follow this rule: left subtree, root, right subtree. We have to follow. That means why we are declaring this is in order. The root is in the middle. That's why this is called in order. Okay. For example, I'm writing in order. For example, a plus b. This is the in order. Why? Because the operator is in between two operands. That's why this is called in order, right? Like that, same here also, left subtree, root, and right subtree. What is the, for example, the root value is a here. The root value is a. This is the root. This is the root of the tree. Okay. This is the root. That means a is going to be in the middle, and this is the left subtree. This is the left subtree, and this is the right subtree of the root here. That means when we are going to display the root, we have to trace all the values in the left hand side and then right hand side. Now, what do we have to do? First of all, I am going to start at root. I am going to moving into this B. Again we have to check. Again we have to treat this subtree as a binary tree again. This subtree as a binary tree. Now B is the root here. Now B is the root. Again we have to follow the same in order properties: left, root, and right. Left value of the, what is the left value of this subtree? That is going to be D. That is going to be D here. And then root is going to be B, and then right value. Okay. This is the in order value for this subtree B, D. Then if you observe here, all the left hand tree is going to be traced, right? Then we have to display the root value. Okay, then we have to take for the root value. Now I am moving into the right hand side. Again, CFG, this is a right subtree of A. Again we have to treat this is as a binary tree again, and we have to apply this in order again. For this one, C is the root now. C is the root. What is the left hand side value? That is F, C, and G. Okay, this is the in order tracing for this tree. Okay, and the next one is pre-order. Pre-order means root is going to be in the first position. Left and right. Okay. First we have to trace the root value, and then right, and then left and right. Okay. What is the root of this tree? That is A. That is going to be displayed first. Then we are moving into the left subtree. This one. Now again, consider this subtree as a binary tree again. What is the root value? The root value is B. Then B is printed. Then D and E. Left and right. Okay, then left and right. If you observe here, the left subtree is finished, right? Now we are moving into the right subtree. Now we are moving to the right subtree. Again, this is going to be treated as a binary tree again. Now we are going to display the root first and left and right. This is the pre-order tracing for this tree. A, B, D, E, C, E, F, G. And the next one is post order. The next one is post order. Post order means first left, then right, and the root value. Okay, we have to put the root value as the last element here. Okay, now I'm moving into this tree now. Root is A. I'm going to display in the last S. Okay, now I'm moving into left subtree of this root. I'm moving here. Now I'm going to consider this is the left subtree of root A, and I'm going to consider this is a binary tree, and B is the root value. Root is going to be displayed after left and right. Then it is going to be displayed first left, then right, and then root is B. Okay, then moving into right hand subtree of the root node A. Now again C is printed after F and G, F, G and C. F, G and C. Now left subtree is finished and right subtree is finished. Then we have to print the root node. This is the post order traversal. Now the last one, that is a level order traversal. That means this is at level 0, level 1 and level 2. We have to print every time in the level from left to right. That's it. First one is, what is at level 0? That is A. In the level 2, we have to, we don't write C and B. We have to write B and C. Why? Because we have to trace from left to right. That's why I'm writing B and C. Then D, E, F, G. This is the level order traversal. Level 0 first, level 1 next, level 2 next. Like that. These are the traversals of the tree. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you very much. Just prepare your own for how to construct in order and pre-order and all these things, and just work on the graphs, Prim's algorithm and Kruskal algorithm, and just we have to work on the sorting also. Yes, my work is done. Thank you very much, guys.